Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys. What that means is I record and upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You won't see my intro symbol at the beginning. I do a transition button, so if there's outside noise, heavy rain or noise in the yard or something like that, I can stop filming, wait for it to pass and carry on. For all my regulars here, guys, for love, thank you very much. These weekly Wednesdays, this is for everyone that's new, are essentially a Q&A. You guys ask me questions, I answer them. They are essentially model focused, and of that is essentially 99% time GW stuff, of which is normally 40k stuff. There is terrain questions from time to time, some information about myself, what's going on in the workshop and stuff like that. And we have a weekly vote. We'll get onto a weekly vote later on for those that are new. But as of last week, I couldn't find my pad. I found my pad. So anyway, I'll answer the few questions I had from last week, and then I'll go on to this week's questions. One from last week is, what are your predictions on the upcoming preview event? I didn't have any predictions, to be honest with you. I knew the Stiltman was coming, and the Necron guy with the, the Overlord guy with the shroud thing around himself. Obviously date cards, codexes, but I didn't know anything else after that. But I tell you what, I'm very impressed with what I've seen. Not the Stiltman. I don't like him. Once my AdMech force gets to that point of maybe 2,000 points, I will probably get one just to add it in. But it's not on my list. So I didn't have any predictions for it or anything like that. How long before we see a Demon Army on your battle reports? The Demon Army can go on the table. There's enough points to put them on the table. The problem I have is, I would say probably 60 to 70% of them are not painted. Now, with that said, I've got a second unit of Bloodletters here to paint. I've already done one on camera, so I won't be doing that on camera. It's just getting the time to do it, because time is my enemy. It's always my enemy at the moment. It comes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, early evening, and it's pitch black. And your body starts telling you it's bedtime. It's like, no, it's not 5 o'clock. I don't have time to, as much time as I would like. But I do have like a 2,000 point army, at least, and that probably includes Kari's Fate Weaver, who I haven't even touched it. He's been put into a box, ready to to be kept safe and everything else. And I haven't even touched him yet. I haven't even sorted out the airbrush. I need to change the fuse on the airbrush. Again, it's not having the time to do it. But the demons could hit the table soon. How comes you haven't built or painted any Marvel Crisis Protocol models recently? The reason why I haven't built any is because everything that I have for Marvel Crisis Protocol has been built. Now, I know there's loads of models there for me to get on with. But when you got the money in your hand, and it comes, do I buy something for Marvel Crisis Protocol, or do I buy this new 40k stuff? That's or do I buy this for 40k to add to this army? That's winning at the moment. But I do want to try and get some more Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff, because I enjoy building them, and I'm a big fan of Marvel anyway, and I think they're really, really cool. Especially when I'm building them and I go, what the hell? This looks really weird. And as soon as you put them together, oh, actually, look, that's fantastic. They're very simply made as well, which is, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, as soon as I have a moment clear where I'm not getting 40k stuff, I'll get a few Marvel Crisis Protocol things. Will you have a 2,000 point army ready for the new codexes as they drop? Now that I've seen the roadmap, obviously I have the Necron army. Like you saw, the last battle report was 3,000 point army, and there was only a few things that are not painted. I've got heaps more to build with Necrons from the Imperial magazine, and there's probably going to be things to add to it as well. So Necron Codex goes pre-order this weekend, so the AdMech one does. And I'm already looking at all the three of the characters that are coming, and going, I want each one of those. But see what I can get my hands on. But to answer your question, I do, now that I've seen that roadmap, I do want to try and have 2,000 points ready for at least one of those codexes as they drop. So I think it's the Necrons and AdMech this weekend. Then is the next one Orcs. What's the next one? No, Dark Angels. Dark Angels and who? Dark Angels, your Space Marine army. I've got over 3,000 points of those. Not all of them painted, I don't think, but again, won't be long to get them set up. But like in terms of, I can't remember which one it is. I should have wrote it down, but it's Orcs and Tau, say for example. I've already started the Orc army, so my plan would then be to try and have 2,000 points ready, so when it drops, I can get the codex in and can have a battle report with the new codex and the army. Sisters. I've still got too many sisters to put together, but yes, that is the plan. I do want to try at least have 2,000 point army for at least one of those codexes when they drop. Now, if by chance 2 codexes drop, let's say this weekend, Necron's Admech. Let's say I had 1,000 points of each. Then I get both codexes and I'd showcase those 1,000 points because they're ready. If I had 2,000 points of one and 1,000 points of the other, I'd try to get the other ones to 2,000 points ready for, that kind of way. But yes, I do want to do that. What are your ideas on the redacted codex? Now, for those of you that saw that on the roadmap, there was one that was redacted. There's been a lot of talk about it. It's a lot of hype and a lot of speculation and everything else. I'll tell you some of the things that I've heard, not from whispers and my reliable source, but just I've heard other people talking about. That it's going to be Emperor's children because of the Imperial Quilla behind the redacted sign and all this and that, or it could be, which is it could be. I don't think they'll drop Emperor's Children this close to it's not even been a year since 10th has been out. I don't think they'll drop it in. I think they'll wait another year before Emperor's Children. That's my opinion. Could it be inquisitorial, an army of for the Inquisitors and everything else? It could be, which would be very interesting, very, very interesting. It could be. Someone else said it could be like Navy breaches and Imperial Navy and that sort of thing, which it could be, but I don't see them branching that far off into Imperial Navy. To me, they would roll that into the Inquisitor army, so you'd have Inquisitor with Navy breaches and stuff like that. One army that no one mentioned, Dark Mechanicus. That's something we go, hold on. It could be Dark Mechanicus. The reason why is Vastor came out last year with he came out with the Soul Forge box where he is, but he's essentially the person in charge of Dark Admech. He doesn't say that in the lore, I don't think, but essentially he's the one that makes all the engines, makes all the demon engines and everything else. So it would make a lot of sense to me to have a Dark Admech army, and he's one of the main characters you can have in that army. Chaos Space Marines is coming out soon as well. Yeah, thinking of it now. I will know then, in all honesty, because if he's not in the Chaos Space Marine Codex, then we know it could be he's in that one, because they're not going to make a model like that with all the lore that he has, and then you'll not be able to play him or not be able to use him, and he's just a model that sits in the cupboard doing nothing. I do think it's going to be Dark Admech, in all honesty. I really do, because it doesn't matter what army it is, it's going to be really cool and really interesting, but I do think it's going to be Dark Admech. That's where I would lay my money down at this stage, this far away. Any comments or thoughts on that, chuck it below, let me know. But that's what I think. Now, so that's all my questions for today, and from the few that I had from last week. Now what will happen is, I'm going to bring you down and show you the vote. Now, if everyone else knew, what is the vote and how does it work? Well, I'll show you a host of models, and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. You can vote on more than one item. You don't say I vote for everything, because it doesn't count, but you can say I vote for all of the Space Marines or all of the Tyranids, and no Tyranids in this week because they won the vote last week. I vote for the Chaos Space Marines or the Necrons, or because that counts. if you're not sure what the model's called or how to spell it, then give me a brief description. Don't say to me it's on the third row up and fourth on the left, and because I'm not gonna, you know, when I'm looking at the screen to see who's on the vote, if I come and start prepping it up, I don't go, oh, okay, 1, 2, okay. I will go through the names of what they are. Again, if you miss it, then you know it's not a problem. There is also 2 other voting choices. One is the wild card, which you'll find out if it wins. You'll find out what it is, and the other one is creator choice. Now, with creator choice, if that wins the vote, then I pick a model and just paint it. I don't like that. Some ideas pitched to me, and it's a cool idea, but I started doing it, and it's like, it's not actually, I don't really like it. I like to be challenged with something. Okay, this week I'm going to paint this week I'm going to paint that. Because there will come a point in time where I just go, right, I'm going to paint you today, and just paint them. You know, not as a creator's vote or anything like that, just paint them to get them done. Because the pile of shame is, it hasn't moved as such, because I haven't had time to do any Let's Builds yet. I've got Adori Guardians actually in the house, because I've got 2 units of those. So I'll do one on camera and one off camera. And that's a very interesting unit. But anyway, I'm going to bring down and show you the boat now, guys. Right, so we have Wolverine from Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's a fantastic sculpt. Absolutely fantastic sculpt. We have a unit of Die Avengers from the Eldari army. We have Iron Man, Mr. Tony Stark himself. We have the Necron Triarch. We have a unit of 8 bound. We have Ultron from Marvel Crisis Protocol. We have the Necron Scorpic Destroyer Lord. We have Engine Seer for AdMech. We have Inquisitor Cortez, I think her name is. We have the Shield Captain for the Custodes. We have a Warlock. We have the Saboteur. Now the Genesee the Cult guys keep getting voted on, so they're staying in there for the minute. Space Marine Captain with the Storm Shield. He's from 9th edition Dominus box. The unit Demonettes. We have the Warp Talons. We have the Dark Apostate, who keeps getting voted on. We have Legionaries. Now I've left these are Gen Stealers. I've left them in there because they are part of the Genesee the Cult army and Timid army. So it's, you know, so I've just left them in there for the minute. We have the Blade Guard Champion, Custodes. We have the World Eater Lord in Terminator armor. Even though you can't field him at the moment as that, I guarantee when the World Eater Codex drops, you'll be able to either have him as a named character, or you'll be able to have that option. The Eliminators. We have Jackals. We have the Magus. It's a fantastic sculpt. We have the Genesee the Cult's Primus. Again, it's a lovely sculpt. Chaos Lord and Terminator armor, but I've done one already as Nurgle. This one would run as both World Eater and Khorne, so he would probably be to Zentral Slanesh, I'm not sure yet. And we have the Tyrannic War Veteran from 10th edition Leviathan box. Right, so there's some interesting things there. Some things that was there last week, I've just left there for a minute. There's only one thing I haven't done on this list for a little while, is put another couple of fantasy guys in there, which I need to do. But again, I just need to finish sorting this out, and then I can actually then start putting stuff in there. If you have any questions for me, chuck on below on this video, and I'll answer it, give you an answer straight away if I think you need one. You know, and it'll go on my list for next week, and I'll address the whole, you know, you got all of you guys. So if anyone thinks, oh I don't know, and you've got the same question, you know, I can cover it. There are no silly questions, anyone. You know, everyone, there's no silly questions. So if you think, oh, I can't answer, that's really silly, there's no silly questions. We all started in this hobby with no idea what I was doing, and over a period of time we've gained different, you know, bits of information and acquired different skills by doing different things, you know. And for me, I mean, I used to just paint models and just work away on them. So my friend said to me, I can't black, because then this area here is all shaded. So when you're dry brushing it and just painting some paint over top, you're going to have a dark bit here, which is shadow, which instantly you already start to highlight the model without even doing very much. You know, so there's no silly questions, guys. if you don't want to put a comment below because you think people are going to take the piss, it doesn't happen here. You can go onto Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There is a messenger button there. Click on that and you can message me directly. Okay, and then just go from there. Also, yeah, just I've lost my train of thought then. If everyone, if you're not subscribed to the channel, why not? Subscribe to the channel because it costs you absolutely nothing and helps this amazing community of you guys grow even more. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video to more and more people. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Take it easy.